Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got new mods, we've got some updates too. The map BR163 MS Brazil by Zero Oito, that doesn't say if it needs a new save game or not. The map Starbuck, Minnesota by Freeze, that says a new save game is required. And the map East Frisian Coast by Thor also needs a new save game save slot. Now that is showing as new. It's not new, I've done a map tour on that one already. Definitely an update. We've then got the Jens Hem 583 by Michi. We've got the Case IH Steiger Series 2025 by Carl Farms. The Auto-Loading Bale Combo Trailer by Mac Trucker 921. Now this one is new. The Framest Tillage Pack. That's new to console today. That's by Not Ready, AAAmodding and Framest KFT. I think is what it is, yes. And then we've got the Compost Production Pack by Weekend Farmers. Those have all had updates. So we're going to start with the updated mod first, and that's the Framest Tillage Pack by Not Ready, AAAmodding and Framest KFT. 140.12 megabytes download, and there's a fair few bits in this pack. Now, I'm actually going to start, well, we're going to start with this because it's the first thing under cultivators. However, this and this, which is under rollers, only attach to this piece of equipment, which is the subsoiler. So it's all over the place. The subsoiler is 6 slots, 4 meters wide. This first cultivator, we'll have a look at all the names and stuff in a minute. That's 4 slots. And then the roller, I think, was 5 slots, if I recall correctly. So we'll get to those in a minute, but those will have to attach onto the subsoiler. And then we've got these ones over here. So we have got 10 slots, 8 slots, 13 slots. Then the disc harrow, disca, is just there. That's 11 slots, 6 meters. Subsoiler we've already seen. And then the final roller there, that's 10 slots and 6.5 meters. So let's whiz over and start with this. Let's go into here, under cultivators, and this is where you'll find them all. So there's your knife roller. And as you can see, there's no options. It comes just like that, but that has to go with the subsoiler. We've got the Fracombe 8000. We've got the option on this one of cross-kill rollers or pipe rollers, and then rim colour option. This one here, the Reptil 3500. Just there. And then we've got the Unicomb 8200, 8.2 metres wide. Did I say what the width was on that? I didn't. 4, 6, 4 and 8.2, yes. Come out of there and then we come across to disc harrows. That's where you find that one. The Fra Disc V6000, 6 metre. Options on this, you've got rollers installed, no, or yes if you want them on there. Once they're on, you've got the option of V roller or MT roller on that. We come out of there and we go to subsoilers. That's where the 4 metre subsoiler is. There you go. The Inverter 4000. So you can change the shank configuration 5+4 or a 4+5. It's up to which way around you'd rather have those running. And then we come out of there and we come down to our rollers section, which is just there. There you go. There's the Fra roll. Got the option of roller or mulcher. I went for the roller option, but there's a mulcher version on there as well. 6.5 meters. And that's the other one that goes with the subsoiler. Just there. So let's see. I mean, at the end of the day, they should all be fairly straightforward in what they do. So the subsoiler will do your subsoiling. Let's just drop that down quickly. Go over the weight, over that. So as you can see, subsoil is usually ploughed state, cultivated look. Now, because it's doing that, it does beg the question. I guess in the real world, this is, you know, what you would have and what you would do. Look that up. And we do have the option then for raising and lowering that section too, like that. We do have the option if we do open cover as well. That puts the covers up and out of the way, like that. If you want the covers away on that. So if I drop the whole lot down now, and then drop that as well. In essence, it's doing the same job as what it was doing before. Like I say, I guess it's the real world versions of the things. The one that will be different, we drop that off. If we hook the roller on, because obviously then we're going to be cultivating or ploughing, cultivated look, and then rolled afterwards, which will look Well, it should look different. He says, please look different. There we go. So different look entirely, although we're all over the place. That's not a big fan of that, is it? Can I raise that up? There we go. Raise that up a little bit so that's in the ground. That's a bit better. It's dragging a bit. So you've got the option to adjust that as well. On there, right. That's those bits done. Drop that off. It's just okay. I mean, at the end of the day, they do the jobs you would expect them to do. The cultivators do the cultivating. The disc harrow is also a cultivator, just a different look. It's just, again, the level of detail gone into them. And it's a big pack as well, so I don't think we had any options for adjustment on that. That adjustment there, L1, R1, that's raising and lowering of the sunroof on the tractor. So drop that down, see what that does. Nice animation with all the dust coming up on that as well. Pretty cool. Actually, just to double check that. Yep, not a shallow cultivator. So normally disc harrows are shallow, but again, you can't make that assumption because we have had cultivators that do shallow cultivation. We've had disc harrows that have done deep cultivation. We've had some that have got the options to do both. So you just kind of go with whatever's available, really. Right, hook onto that. And there you go. I rest my case. So cultivator, but we are getting shallow cultivation on that one. Do we have the option for raising and lowering of that? No, that stays as it is. That's got a bit of everything going on there. Full seed bed preparation. This one's a bit of a brute. This is the 8.2 metre. I like that little bit of wobble when you raise and lower. Like, you know, one of the cylinders is operating a little bit better than another one, or there you go. So that's not... Oh no, that is doing shallow as well. There you go, exactly what I'm talking about. Isn't it curious? And you could make that sweeping statement and go, well, you know, cultivators are normal and they'll bring up small stones. Disc harrows are shallow, but no. Not the case. There you go. Finish locking that down. Do the disc harrow and then the final roller. We do still have two other ones from different models actually, but kind of fall under the same category. So again, this should be shallow cultivation. This one does have another option on it as well, to swing the whole rig as well. So once unfolded, if I go L1 and right stick side to side, you can swing the whole rig out. So as you drive forward, it's kind of in line with the left hand side of your tractor, everything else out to the right. So when you're in the tractor, you can look out and you can see it a lot easier that side. That side you kind of, I guess, not make the assumption because that's where it is, mostly down that side. Let's lower that. Again, should be shallow. There you go. Let me just connect that as it is. It will, okay, fair enough. And then we'll do the last roller. The Framest Tillage pack. I say, a lot going on with that. Whoa. Come back. Come back to me. I think it's Framest, they're Hungarian. I think it was. There you go. Now, so this one had the option as well for a mulcher, so it didn't have to be a roller. You could have a mulcher version on there as well. There you have it. I think that's all of that. Next, we've got just here. I got it out because all the other ones are out, so why not? This is the Lizard FOP 616.1 by VuleX, FSSrbija Modding and Jovan89. 10.45 megabytes download, 5 slots, 3 meters wide. That's under cultivators. And then this one here This is the Kuhn RM 610R by 76 Max, 8.16 megabyte download, 5 slots, 6.1 meters, and this is a mulcher. Just there, we'll get to that in just a moment. So, I say this should just be fairly standard, I guess. Whatever standard is these days. Another one that's shallow. Okay, so come back to our cultivators. There it is out on the end. Options on this, design colour. Then we come out of there, we go across to our mulchers, and that's where you find that one, the RM610R. Option on that, we've got beacon light, yes or no, and license plate option. Those are the choices on both of those. Let's disconnect that. Grab the mulcher. And we'll do that mulchy thing. This does fold. It is quite wide, so going down the road, narrow lanes, all that kind of stuff. Nice neat fold. Beacon on the back if you went for the beacon option. Turn it on, drop it down. And away we go. So if mulching is required, we have the technology. Right, stop there, lift that, fold that, job done. Next, we've got this. This is a very nice looking bit of kit. This is the Lizard Gravel Trailer by SamSi, I think SamSi. 9.04 megabyte download and 7 slots. You'll find this under your trailers. And it is just there. 30 grand, 10,000 litre capacity. So we've got no decals, option 1, option 2, back to no. We'll put it on option 2 because we've got some options for changing the decal colours. We've got Trelleborg and BKT for our tyre choices. Light options, we've got standard, option 1, 2, 3, back to standard. Toolbox, yes or no on the side if you want a toolbox on there. Extra door on the back. Adds a bit of, protection just to make sure you don't lose anything at the back. Then we've got attach type 1, pin hitch. Attach type 2, ball hitch. Then you've got tipper colour. Does all of that. Tipper bed colour, let's go with that. Does all the top frame section and the back doors. Frame colour. Does your chassis. Decal colour, let's go, actually something that stands out really. Let's go blue. There you go, does all of that. And the next decal colour, let's go red, so you can see that that does all the rest of it around there, which puts it quite dark. So it depends what other colours you've gone for. Actually the silver stands out probably more than any of the others. And then hub colour, if you want to change the hubs. Then we've got bolt colour, so let's do bolts the same colour, they'll do those orange. We've then got rim colour 1, rim colour 2. One's inner rim, one's outer rim. The first one's inner rim, let's go with that. No, outer rim. Inner rim is the second one, then license plate option there as well. I put rocks in it just because I said it was a gravel trailer, but it will take anything. I think this one has tension straps as well, doesn't it? It does, yeah. Although you can't open the back on its own. So, if you've got for the double door, I guess if you were going to be loading pallets and bales and bits and bobs like that, and you might need to go for the single door because it was lower on the back. But we do have tension straps on there as well, so if you want to put stuff like that in there, on there, you absolutely can. There you go. That's the gravel trailer. Next we are right the way over there. For this / these, the Welger DK 115 by Bremy456, 23.4 megabytes download and 9 slots. So we've got the Welger trailer, then we've got options for capacities, and then we've got bale trailer, but the bale trailer options are auto load, but only small bales, 71 centimetre up to 121. I think these ones that come out of the small Massey baler, the standard one, are 120s, I think they are. But it is auto load, which is rather cool. So we come back to our trailers and down to the very bottom there. There it is. So we've got a capacity of 8,000 litres, 10,800 litres, Bale trailer like that, open at the side. Bale loader, closed in completely. Now you do get some balers that have a pipe that comes up. And when they bale, they'll throw the bales out off that pipe in, so you might want to be using that. Depends what mods are available at the moment. Bale trailer like that. Bale trailer like that. Back to capacity 8,000. As you can see there, we added an addition on there. If you're going for these versions, we've got... Actually, only that one has a cover. That one doesn't. Curious. So, we've got Trelleborg, Continental, BKT, what am I thinking of? It's quite a few mods today. Just those three. Okay. And we've got some tyre choices within those. It's sort of like a balloon, a wide, back to standard. And then we got, yeah, there's other tyre choices are available. Main colour, we've got Design 1, Design 2, Design 3. Then we've got Used, Design 1, Design 2, Design 3. Doesn't change the price. It's 0 anyway. Support board. Oh, that puts the support down there to stop the trailer hitch dropping if you want that. Platform on the front, yes or no. Air brakes, yes or no. Cover, yes or no. So again, depending on what you've gone for your choices, then you've got a cover colour option. If you've gone for the choices that doesn't have that, then obviously that doesn't become available. License plate option there as well. So let's start here. If we're on the front trailer, I think I'm on tip side right. Unload here. I want to go tip side right, and then go tip side left. So it was towards us, tip side back, tip side grounded, tip side left, there we go. Just so you can see that in operation. Went for the 8,000 litre. Nicely made, trailer hitch on the back, so you can daisy chain them as you can see. Lots of detail going on. There we go. Fairly straightforward with that. Switch to the back one. So then we've got operating position. I've got some bales in there already, but operating position. We drive past them close enough. Like I say, if you've got a baler that is flinging bales, or potentially just dropping them, because as you're driving along with this behind you, or if you've got a one that you can attach to the back, I should have just done that separately. That's probably fine as it is, but I'll try and get tighter on that. Of course it's going to miss the last two. Anyway, there are our bales. Now, what you can do is unload them onto the bale tray. So transport position, unload the bales and unload bales here. At the moment they're ethereal. They have no mass. If we unload bales here, they drop onto the trailer, they have mass. We don't have tension straps or anything like that. But, I don't know if you can see there, the little thing's gone. So when I'm unloaded bales, because I'm getting ready to unload them, the chains disappear. If I go L1, closed door, the chains will go back on. So once I've done what I've done, and I've unloaded the bales here, we're ready to get rid of them, the chains go, and then we can come and grab our bales. You can't, this doesn't have an option for moving the bales and putting them like a lot of auto-load bale trailers do. So whilst this will pick them all up quickly, when it comes to taking them off, you need to do it manually. And you take the bales out of the gap like that. And then once we're done, if I press closed door, you'll see the chains will go back on. Closed door, triangle, there you go. Chains back across, and we are ready to continue. So there we go. The Welger 115. Next we've got the Kaweco Profi 3. I think standard in game we've got the Profi 2, so this is a triple axle, not a double axle. Slightly larger capacity as well. 17.52 megabyte download, 6 slots, 23,000 litre capacity by AxeDiamend. I haven't got anything on the back of this. This is not a spreader in its own right. This is the tank, but it has 3-point on the back, 4 attachments that go on. Once the attachments are on, whatever attachment you've gone for, then you do your spreading. So in essence, that's kind of what it does. But if we go down to our slurrying gear, you'll see that standard there's the Profi 2, and then here we've got the Profi 3. Options on this: Trelleborg, Michelin, Vredestein, back again. We've got decal 1, 2, 3, back to 1 again. We've got, now this is a bit, this is to do with the arm, no translation. 1, 2, 3, back to 1 again. So long pipe, shorter pipe, and then the whole metallic one. And then we got this one was, what changed on here? I can't remember what changed. Something did. Oh, it's the beacons on the back. You got 1, that's 2, then back off. So is there a beacon at the front already? Or is it just no beacons, then a beacon? Potentially. Then design colour does that. Rim colour, license plate option on there as well. So like I say, I haven't really, I mean, at the end of the day, it will spread slurry or digest it, whatever you put in the bag. L1, right stick side to side, right stick up and down. So if you want to simulate going to a slurry tank and actually getting your slurry, you can if you want to. You can put that into your slurry tank, depending on what length you've gone for, and simulate the whole operation. L1, R1, R1, there you go. Those are your options. Nicely made, nicely built, nicely detailed, just a larger version of the base game 1. Next we have got, are we on to this one next? And it's this. This is the Pöttinger Eurotop 801A Multitast by PXLR. 20.26 megabytes download, 7 slots, 7.6 meter working width, but this has a work mode option. I was just going to show it in the thing and say, look, here you go, we've got a windrow, but this has different work options because it is a multitast. So that's where you find it. Options, we've got standard design, which keeps the whole thing very low for putting into sheds and stuff like that, or the multitask dismantled, which takes all those bits off, back to standard again. So it takes the extra wheels and bits on. You've got folding mechanism 1 or 2. So like I say, that's the difference. That's all done already for low ceilings, and then that's kind of ready to go out the box. So it depends what you want to do with that. Those are your options. So let's fold this up first. Fold windrow. So unfolding is just obviously the opposite of that. Folds that down, does that. And unfolding, you've guessed it, is the opposite. Then we've got option here, we've got single swath on work mode, so R1, L3, or then we've got side swath. So side swath brings it in, single swath brings it out. And you'll see why, because what will happen is, we do side swath, let's lower the windrower, then turn it on. It uses both of these to put it out to one side. There you go. So it uses both of those and it all goes out to the left hand side. If I stop that, I don't know if I need to raise it or not, but let's just double check anyway. Then we change our mode to single swath. That goes wider and it should bring them into the middle. Now that's curious. Oh, it's doing a double. But why would it say... That says single though. So is that the side? But no, we already had side swath. Single swath, side swath. That's weird because that kind of left it still on 2. What have I done wrong there? It's like that other one isn't doing anything. That's a weird one. Well, there you go. That's what it does. I don't tend to use these sorts of ones very often, in all honesty. Because my assumption was that would spin it into the middle, that would put it into the middle, would put it there. Or that would go to there, that would go to there, which is what the previous option did. I'm sure there'll be a windrowing aficionado out there that will let me know in the comments. But anyway, moving on from that, we have got next. This is the 2017 police pickup. This by owner Emre, 5.3 megabyte download and 9 slots. If you fancy being the farm sim police, policing all the things that are being done wrong, all the things you don't agree with, you can whiz around in your police car, arresting anyone who's breaking the rules. So, options on this. Let's go to our cars and bikes, and it is just there. 45 grand for the base model. We've got LED sign on the back window, so you can have English or Turkish. Interesting 2 choices. Then you've got engine 300 horsepower, 306, 404. Then it says automatic. Now the one I've got is automatic anyway, but 200, 300, 396, back to 300 again. Then we've got wheel brand Continental or Nokian. Continental, we've got those choices. Nokian, just that. I'm not a big fan of the rims on that, but that's what I went for because I preferred the tyres. It was an interesting couple of choices. So we design 1, design 2, design 3, back off again. We'll leave it on that one. Yep. Logos. Design 1 on the bonnet. Design 2, I think, puts one on the side as well, but you can't see it because of the colour. Design 3, you can see a little bit bigger there. Much bigger on the bonnet, bigger on the side as well. Back to no. Let's leave it on that. So then you've got back decals. Upper, security forces, border patrol, traffic safety, community service, nothing. So whatever you want to go for there. Back decal lower. We've got those 2 options. Let's leave it on that one. You've got number decals. So you have T61, 801, 911. Then back off again. Then we've got beacon bar. We've got red left, blue right, all red, all blue, no. Now this is the same for all of these options now. So front strobes, same options as those. This is front strobes. I'll go for that again. Rear strobes. Now I'm sure I put rear strobes on the one I got, but I couldn't see where they were flashing. Leave that on as well. Attachers, trailer hitch, yes or no. Now main colour. Let's go with that. So that will do the strip there, but not the door bit, which is weird. Design colour, let's go blue, just so you can see what colours change. There you go. That's for your decals. Back decal. Now I couldn't get these to change. Let's go. Yeah, nothing changed. So where it says back decal upper colour, nothing changed on that. Nor did the lower colour. Let's go green. That one hasn't changed either. Number decal, that didn't change either. So colour options on those not quite doing what they should be. Maybe license plate, rim colour, we can change as well. I know you wouldn't go for these versions. Let's go back up to the top then, and let's change. Where are we? We want not that, that. So that's what it looks like that. That's what it looks like that. Or no, so you can pick and choose whatever you want. So yeah, it's a curious one. Anyway, so lights. We put our beacons, strobes on. So we've got our flashing ones on the front. Got strobes there. I don't think I've got anything. Oh, is that flashing? Oh, those back ones are just below the window. I thought they were going to be in the back there. Right, now we've got L1, unfold car, does that. We've got tension straps in here as well. We've then got L1 and open warning up on the D-pad, puts that on. We've got it on pull over at the moment, but what we have to do is close warning, press triangle, and then it says down on the D-pad, change warning. So I've changed warning, then we go open warning, accident, close that, change it again, open warning, patrol, close it, change it again, danger, I think that was it, close warning, change warning, and then back to pull over again. Then open cover. Interior. No doors or windows that open or anything like that. There's a few different modded versions of police vehicles and that kind of thing, emergency services and stuff like that, but I do like that sign on the back. That's quite cool. Anyway, that's that, the 2017 police pickup. Next we've got the Lizard ATC 200 Big Red by SleutjesModding, modding 9.4 megabytes download and 3 slots. Same category, just there, 1,250, that's all. So a work platform with straps or no on the back, depends what you want to be using it for. Wheel setup, I'm not going to read them all out, but we've got that, that, back to standard. Fenders on the back as the fenders on the back there. Yes or no. Side sticker, we've got a 200S, all-terrain cycle or no. I think I went with the 200. Back stickers, these are on the back fender bits. ATC Big Red, just ATC or no. Stickers on the seat, that puts Big Red on the back of the seat. We've got rear axle width. It starts wide, then gets narrow. So wide, a little bit narrow again. Then main colour. Now, do I go through all of these? No, let's change them all, why not? So that's the first one, does that. That's the second one, does the front. Next one, let's go green, does that. Next one, let's go with that. Next one, it's on red already, don't want to do red, let's go pink. What bit did that do? Oh, that's that rear section in the middle there. Curious. Next one does, let's go with that. Does the front fork section. Then we've got the last side colour, let's go pink there as well. Seat colour, rim colour, license plate option there as well. So, hop on, start it up, tension straps. 80 miles an hour this will do. There's our lights. Horn. First person, back up again. No helmet cam on this one. So if you're looking for something to get around the farm, deliver, I don't know, whatever you want to deliver, or you just want to ride around, or you want to race your mates, or whatever it is you want to do, there you go. That is the Lizard ATC 200 Big Red. Next we have got, actually I'm going to show you this one first, then we'll go on to the harvesters. So we're going to do this one. This is the Massey Ferguson Series 7710S by Hispano, 28.41 megabytes download and 14 slots. You'll find it under your medium tractors. I do like the 70s or the 7000 series Masseys because they're a fairly large size tractor with a fairly decent horsepower that have the option for a front loader. Not all of them do, but it's quite handy that it does. 175 horsepower, 185 horsepower, 210, 220, back again. So 220 being the highest it goes. Wilbrand, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Big AT, Vredestein, Nokian, back again. Under this I'll show you these ones, but there are, again, like I say, there's a load of options. Wheel weights, wides, wide and weights, wide 2 and weights, rear twin, twin. Then we go with the narrow. There's no narrow twins on these. And then back to standard. Front wheel fenders, yes or no, don't have to have one if you don't want to. Beacons, left and right, left on its own, right on its own, none at all. Window tinting, 0 up to 100% tint. Front loader attacher, quick, Hauer, no. Main colour, does that. Design, chassis, that's the bottom section, does all of that, including your hubs. Ceiling, so we can do the roof of the tractor, up there. Front fenders we can change. Rear fenders we can change. Engine grid, let's change the engine grid to blue so you can see that. There you go, engine grid at the front. The rear view mirrors, you can change the colour of those. Rim colour, license plate option on there as well. So, start this up. Bigons. Lights. Do we have doors or windows? No, we didn't. It's a Hispano one. So, inside, L1, right stick side to side does that one. Right stick up and down does that one. For our mirrors. Here's our interior. Turn it off. Turn it back on again. There you go. Fairly straightforward. That's the Massey Ferguson Series 7710S. Right, let's whiz up to the back because we've got two sets of harvesters today. We've got the Massey Ferguson Fendt 8570 pack by privatprivat, Oldenfarm and Ben. Now this is basically the standard base game Massey Ferguson 8570 with the option of having it in Fendt colours. Basically is kind of what we're looking at. Let's move that out of the way. Hop out. So there we go. Right there. So I say it is the Massey 8570, but then we can have a Fendt version of it as well, which includes grain header, corn header, header trailer. So slots on these: 15 slots for the harvester, 7 slots for the grain header, 5 slots for the corn header. The trailer is 2 slots. Both the grain header and the corn header are 6 meters. You'll find these under harvesters. It says going past. So it is that one just there. So you can have it in the 8. I mean, that's the curious thing about it is, I suppose you have got this option as well. Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, that is in essence the base game 8570, which is, you know, that, where are we? That one there. With a, you know, a few little bits changed here and there. So, Massey Ferguson or Fendt version, there's the Fendt version. Which I guess is, if you're going to get it, that's what you're getting it for, I would say. Trelleborg, Continental, Vredestein, back again. Now, this one, if you've got the Mercedes-Benz truck pack, the DLC that came out, you've got without or with. Now, that changes the monitor, so you've got a reverse camera, because the truck pack came with that. So that's a big change to this as well. So you get a reverse camera, license plate option on there as well. We come out and we go to our headers, and we are looking there. So there's our header. Massey Ferguson or Fendt, 6 meter. Corn header, again, down the bottom there, Massey Ferguson or Fendt. And then we go to our header trailers. No, that's not the wrong one. There we go. Header trailers just there. Massey Ferguson or Fendt. Nice and straightforward. I've got the corn header on. I tend to do grain whenever I do anything like this, so I thought, you know what, let's change things up a little bit. So, do we have an option here on the back? Of course we do. For enable and disable straw swath, and there is an animation for that. Not all harvesters have it, but enable and disable straw swath. Pipe out. I think we have a pipe light as well. So lights. There you go, pipe light as well. Very nice. Turn those off. Put that away. Beacons. Let's unfold the header. I've already unfolded the harvester. There you go, there's, you see the reverse camera there? Over to the right, it's pretty cool, isn't it? So if you've got the Mercedes-Benz pack, reverse camera. Nice extra feature, that. Did we have a door that opened? We did. R1, right stick up and down. Oh, hang on, no. L1, R1. Oh, one of these did. I could have sworn we had a door that opened. R1, right stick up and down, does the side window. L1, R1. It's because I'm on the header, not the harvester. No. Oh yeah, hang on. Why is that not shown on that menu? L1 right, it's not showing it. L1, right, I thought we did. L1 right, stick side, there we go. Turn it on. It's a harvester. It does the harvesty thing, which is kind of what you're hoping for. There you go. Stop that right there. That's the Massey Ferguson Fendt 8570 pack. Next, and finally yesterday, we have got this. This is very cool. This is a very cool bit of kit. The lovely Nina. Anyway, isn't that gorgeous? This is the Claas Blue Dominator 108 by Mark Thor. 56.87 megabytes download, 19 slots for the harvester. We have got a selection of headers. We've got a 5.1, a 7.7 and an 8.5. 7 slots, 8 slots, 9 slots. We've then got corn header. I didn't bring the corn header out. 3 slots, 3.6 meters. And then we've got 6 slots and 6 meters, so 2 corn headers. We've then got this special header, which is normally helianthus. Helianthus headers will normally do just sunflower, sometimes sunflower and corn, and they normally run faster. So the helianthus headers will run normally at 9 miles an hour, whereas a normal header will run at 6 miles an hour. So this is where we need the farm sim police. Is this header legal, sir? We need to have a check. It's very special. 4 slots, 5.7 meters. It runs at 11 miles an hour, but it does more than just sunflowers, which you'll see in just a moment. I haven't tried it out yet. We'll see. Then we've got 3 header trailers, because obviously there's 3 main headers. 3 slots, 4 slots, and 4 slots. So if we go back to our header trailers first, there's the first one for the 5.1. There's that one, and then there's that one. Options on these: spare wheel, yes or no, main colour, anything on that palette, and then rim colour on there as well. Come out of there. I'm going backwards this way. So our corn headers, there's our 3.6, there's our 6. Options: main colour and chassis colour. If we change the chassis colour, just so you can see what changes, does all of that. You can see what's the main colour already. We can change that as well. And then there's the smaller version. And then we come to our grain headers, and then we've got our options there. There's our 5.1, 7.7 and 8.5, and again the options are the same on these: main colour, chassis colour, design colour. If I change the chassis, does all of that. Design colour does the real. Let's go green, and then the bits that are blue, that's your main colour. So you can change all those options. Then we come to the harvester itself, and this is rather cool, the options on this. So there's our Dominator. And I say, if you are farmer sim police, you're not necessarily going to like this, but you can go standard if you want to. Now, it's standard capacity at 10,000 litres, which is pretty cool for the size of the harvester anyway. And it's only 65,500 for the base version at 10,000 litres, which is brilliant. But for no extra cost, 20,000 litres or 30,000 litres. Doesn't cost you any more to do that. Then we've got our engine set up, 260, 300 tuned, and then super tuned at 360 horsepower. So it's got a bit of oomph. You probably want the tuned or the super tuned if you're going to be running the bigger header, but it's entirely up to you. We've then got Trelleborg, Continental, Vredestein, Michelin, BKT, Mitas, Nokian, Lizard, and then back. Now most of these have an option for a standard and a wide. If we go back to the Lizard, standard and a wide, pretty much all of them. Then we've got warning signs, yes or no. Again, don't have to have them on there. Triangle, yes or no, puts on the top at the back. We've got no name, and then it runs through names alphabetically. It doesn't have all names. So if you want yours named, luckily, most of my children are on here. Amy, that's one of my twins. Annie, Belle, Betty, Claire, Clara, Debbie, Diana, Emily, Emma, Silly G, Fiona, Grace, Hannah, Isabel, Jessica, my other twin, Katie, Kelly, my wife's maiden name, Lisa, Lucy, Mary, Nina, the lovely Nina, Olive, Phoebe, Queen, Rose, Sarah, Susanna, Tina, Ursula, the Sea Witch, Vicky, Wendy, Xena, Warrior Princess, Yasmin, Zoe, don't know why I said that, and then back to no name again. Then we've got numbers. First number, 0 through to 9. Second number, same thing. So you can pick and choose what you go with. And then we've got main colour again, anything on that palette. So you can pick and choose. Design colour, does all of that. Chassis colour, does underneath, or does your chassis. Rim colour, license plate option on there as well. I forgot to show you one. The special header. So there we go. There's our 5.7 metre cutter. Runs at 11 miles an hour, and it does sunflower, sorghum, canola, soybean and corn at 11 miles an hour. Your standard Helianthus headers don't usually do that. They'll generally speaking just do sunflower. But I say 9 miles an hour. So this is breaking all the rules. So like I say, I'm not going to show you the regular header. Regular headers, I've done regular headers. This is the one that kind of stands out to me as something a little bit different. So we'll see what this does. So unfold harvesting. Pipe out. We've got our lights. Beacons. Pipe away. Enable and disable straw swath. I think we have an animation for that on the back. Enable straw swath. Oh, sorry. Hadn't finished. There we go. Opens that back bit and does all that. Very cool. interior. Oh, didn't realise that. Oh, now that's something a bit different. I hadn't even checked that yet. I was just say, making an assumption. So there's our interior camera. Here's that one. So you have, in essence, got a reverse camera, which brings you down so you can line up really nicely for hooking up stuff. Then we've got this one, so you can actually just look in the tank. Oh, man. That's pretty cool. And then back to here. Then we got, I don't think we had any options for doors or windows on this one, but then that being said, let's just try it, just in case. No, no, and then no. Cool. Right. Should we give this a go then? Should we do it with corn? That's interesting. Look at that. £11 an hour with all those extra crop types. I mean, come on. Worth its weight in gold, that. You'll absolutely hoon through the crops. Is it the first harvester to have a faster header? No. It's just a little bit different, isn't it? Using the helianthus one to do that. There you have it. What a lovely bit of kit. I really like that. So my dilemma would be, if I was to use one of these, what name would I go for without offending one of my children? Mind you, my eldest is not a name for, or my son. Anyway, that's it for the mods. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.